Well, this is William Robinson of OurHero.com, and today we're talking to.
Oliver Banks.
Okay, and Mr. Banks, what do you do?
I'm an artist, comic book artist, illustrator, and animator. And so far, I've created a comic book called Imagine Max, and also a company called Art Monkey Animation.
And what does Art Monkey? What's your primary type of animation you want to do?
Okay, the type of animation we do is like social media advertisements, and also animation shorts, animated shorts.
Okay, and you mentioned a book called Imagine Max. What is the plot of that? What's the premise?
Okay, the premise of Imagine Max is a kid that has extraordinary power. We know we've heard that before, but it's passed down through generations. So it's a generational power that he gets, and the power is to be able to create constructs from the imagination. So anything that he can think of, he can bring it to life. Of course, it doesn't last long; it disappears. But if he reaches a point to where he becomes the strongest, and I call them Imagineers, kind of like
The Disney guys.
The Disney guys. And so if he becomes the strongest one, he can actually bring those the things that he imagines into reality, and they stay for a long time.
So kind of like a different twist on the legacy type character. It's
Yeah,
handing out
right.
stuff, but it's sounds like it's more thought based than just action based.
Yeah, it's more thought based, and also he traverses universes as well, so it broadens the story out more than just him staying on Earth and protecting Earth.
Right.
So
So this is an all ages type book.
yes, it's all ages type book. Max is around, I would say 12 years old.
Okay.
Between 11 and 13 years old. And so he's like a kid trying to find out, basically being a kid, how to
Right.
be a kid, and how to be a superhero. So
With all the young adult stuff coming out and the books for a younger market, was kind of hard to find something original to run with for this, or
very, very hard. Very hard, because at some point everything has been done. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of like, to be original is really hard. So you want to take from elements like of things that you like. That's
Right.
what I would give anybody if I can give any advice. The things that you love, those are the things you're going to hold to when you make
Right.
this character. So you kind of do like an amalgamation of those things and then put them into, an original story. Or try to make an original story.
right? And since you do animation, do you see crossover Imagine Max into your animation studio and bring them to life?
Definitely. I see that in the future. Of course, animation is time consuming. And
Yes, sir.
money consuming. So, it's one of those things to where you kind of have to, bide your time. But I see it in the near future.
Right. And besides bringing Imagine Max into animated form, what other projects are you looking at for the future?
I have a project that I'm working on right now. It's a self-made project. It's called Have a Nice Day, and it's an animated short. And what it is I'll give you the concept. It's a guy, normal guy. He's a anger management guy, and so he wakes up for the day, and he's left a note by his family, and it says have a nice day on it. And so by him being an anger management coach, he's in control of his emotions. But at this point, he sees the paper, he picks it up, hugs it, kisses it, because he knows it's from his family, tries to sit it down. And we've all been to the point to where we sit something down or, put a paper down and it just falls all of a sudden.
Right.
And so from that little spark of like something just went wrong, he tries to pick it up, put it back, and it does it again. And so it turns into almost like a Tom and Jerry type thing between him and the paper, to getting him to control his emotion, because we get angry when stuff
Right.
like that happens, and it's an inanimate object. So like,
Right.
what are you angry at? An inanimate, but it tells more about what you're going through,
Right.
and the things that bother you the most. And by him being an anger management coach, it just brings it to a point to where, like, well, you're supposed to be in control more than anything, and this
Right.
little paper is kind of giving. So I imagine it as him just going through this whole process of trying to get this paper back on this desk. And it just brings a lot to the imagination. And so, but by the end of it, things will be resolved with his anger
Right.
issues.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Now, where can people find your stuff if they're looking for it?
They can find it on youtube.com, Oliver Banks Art, Art Monkey Animation. They can find it on Instagram, Oliver Banks Art, and on Facebook, Oliver Banks Art, Art Monkey Animation as well.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Banks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.